my post schedule is sketchy as hell, and that's because I have to go back to school like tomorrow. Actually, it's Sunday today. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I have school. Can't be bothered to just pick up the phone and start talking for like hours and hours. Cause you guys know I do bad takes. Cause sometimes I just be saying some weird shit. Sometimes I be saying some wild shit. Can't have that. that and they be being like, we caught you in 4K, nigga. There isn't even my face, but they got my voice though. So. But yeah, bro, my channel's still growing, which is fucking amazing to me because I don't even post that. I'm not that consistent. I post like 1 week I post, the next I don't. For the next 2 weeks I don't post, or like even a month sometimes. Very inconsistent, but still growing. So thank you to all of you new subscribers. Thank you, as always. Anyway, let's get on to the video, cause I done spent 1 minute 15 seconds. So this gonna be what if Deku was like black. Yeah, he gonna be black. Nigga gonna have some melanin in his skin. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have some pigmentation. But yeah, oh yeah, that white boy. Anyway, so yeah, bro. And obviously Toga gonna be his girl because Toga is just, look at that hairstyle, bro. It suits a black girl better. I'm just saying, it does. Look, that is a black hairstyle, man. Look at this. You can't say she ain't cuter like this. She is, okay? But anyway, so Deku, when he's born, he's like, he's black, like not black, but like not like very dark skin, like brown skin. You know what I'm saying? Like Huey and Riley type skin. And his father automatically is like, Inko, did you cheat on me? Like, cause Hisashi in this one, he's just gonna be like a calm dude. And Hisashi's quirk, it's not gonna be actually Hisashi's like light skinned, right? So he's like light skin. And so when Izuku comes out darker than him, especially because Inko's like Japanese, so she's white. He's like, did you cheat on me? And she's like, no, nigga. Like, he's like, but he's like, the color pigment isn't adding up. Like, the the color of the pigment of his skin should be more dissolved than this, bro. Like, come on. And he's like, anyway, it doesn't matter. It's probably just like his genes being more like it's probably like my genes being recessive from my grandparents or some shit like that. And Inko's like, probably, my nigga. Don't ever like accuse me of cheating again. But anyway, I'm gonna try not to swear a lot in this video because it's Ramadan. I'm fasting. I have to keep up the good positive vibes, and I can't swear. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So when he goes to school, like he's kept at home for until he's like 3, like most kids. He just at preschool, whatever, when he's 4. All kids, they basically look at him like weird, except for um Bakugo. Bakugo's kind of that equalizer. But everything's gonna happen the same after and he's gonna face a lot of racism just cause, like, bro, it's Japan. They don't see black people often. They gonna be suspicious. But anyway, so Bakugo is he's like that only guy that like gives Izuku like the benefit of the doubt because he knows Izuku's a good person. He knows Izuku's moms. His moms, his moms knows Izuku's moms too, and they play together too. So but everybody's unlocking their quirks. And like I said, Hisashi, he gonna have a different quirk, and it's gonna be passed down by his ancestors. I'm kidding. Calm down, bro. Nah. His Hisashi's quirk is gonna be uh, the hell, the hell. Well, Inko's thing, her her quirk is gonna be like it's actually gonna be telekinesis, but like on a higher level. and um, who'd you call it? And Hisashi's quirk. Give me a second, man. So both Inko and Hisashi are gonna have like mixed quirks. Cause Inko's quirk is gonna be like her regular telekinesis quirk, just like in the original, and that is gonna be um, energy boost, which like it increases her energy and her durability, so that it boosts her telekinesis quirk in it. So she has like a half and half quirk. So does Hisashi. Hisashi has like a he has a fighting spirit. He has fighting spirit and fight efficiency. And what Deku's gonna get from this is energy increase from his mom's. He ain't gonna get the telekinesis though. He's gonna get energy increase from his mom's and fighting spirit and um, efficiency from his dad. Which fighting spirit and efficiency, that's like it just merges into one thing, right? So basically, what this means is whenever Deku gets into a fight, like the more he fights, it doesn't matter if he's damaged. The more he fights, the more efficient he becomes at fighting, and he keeps them skills at the end of the fight. So he evolves through fighting, and he gets stronger through fighting, like Broly. It's gonna be like a mixture of Broly and that dude from King and Ashura that has the formless, you know. Yeah, it's gonna be a mix of them two. Broly just gets stronger like when he's fighting. And it doesn't mean Izuku's gonna like keep the same strength that he had at the end of the fight. It just means that like if he's fighting an opponent, his strength will like rise to be above the opponent's, and that's what's special about his quirk. But the doctors they misdiagnose him, because everybody's getting their quirks right. So Bago go ahead gets his little explosions. He already getting a big head. He's starting not to hang out with Deku so much. He's saying that Deku might be quirkless because he's the only one that hasn't gotten his quirk out of his whole class, you know, because everybody got their quirks like as soon as they turn 4. Deku goes to the quirk doctor too. Like he gets a schedule, right? Um, so when he goes, the quirk doctor is like, well, your son has a fighting based quirk, but it's like a pretty average fighting based quirk. So he could probably become a hero. It's just that it'd be harder for him because his one isn't an emitter quirk. It's like more of a he has to get up close and fight them like hand to hand type shit, and he doesn't have like wild enhancements like that, which is what the doctor thinks, right? So um, he says he has like a 15% increase in strength, and he has fighting efficiency and spirit, which means that he has extra durability, and he's gonna become efficient at fighting without even trying, and 15% increase in strength, like 15% more strength than an average man, right? And the doctor says you could become like a good hero. I'm assuming, but it's not the same doctor as in canon, which for spoiler purposes I won't say why, but it's not the same doctor as in canon, and you know that is it. And so when Izuku goes back to school, everybody's like, "Yo, Izuku, I heard you went to the quirk doctor yesterday. Like, what happened? Like, what's your quirk?" And Baku was like, "Hey, yo, he's probably quirkless, blah blah." But Izuku was like, "Nah, nah. I have like a minor fighting quirk. It's like a 15% boost in my strength." And the reason the doctor said 15% increase in his strength is because he has to be fighting something. It can't be like a machine or something, right? It has to be like something that's like it could be a machine, but it has to be something that's pushing him to his limits. And in those tests that they gave him, it wasn't pushing him to his limits. It was like a bit hard for him. That's why he had the 15% increase. But his strength can get all the way to like 1,000% increase. Like if he was fighting All Might, he would start off weak as hell compared to All Might. But like throughout the fight, if he doesn't get throughout the fight, he would like be able to evade multiple blows, and then from that fighting experience, he would gain strength on par with All Might. But that would have to happen. But at this moment, like when he's a kid, that would have to happen like over like a whole year of fighting, which It's not gonna happen. But anyway, so Izuku's like, yeah, I got a 15% increase in strength, and I have fighting efficiency, which means I learn different ways to fight as I fight. And the kids are like, hey yo, that's pretty cool, I guess. Like, it's not as good as Bakugo's, but it's like it's pretty cool. And Bakugo's like, yeah, that's nothing compared to mine because I have explosions, blah blah. I'm a terrorist. I'm gonna go. You know that thing that the kid. Wait, give me a second. Nigga, nigga, what the fuck? What the hell? Turn it off. What the hell? What's wrong with that?
His career. Who can define a career for me? And you.
Auntie, career is a profession.
Yes, career is a profession, but I need a more elaborate answer.
Sit down.
You.
Career is a profession. You spend a lot of your working life in.
Very good. Clap for her. Again. What would you want to be in future?
I would like to be an engineer.
Wow, engineer. And you?
I would like to be a nurse.
Yes, that's good. And ROC?
Watch this little nigga. Alright. Watch this little nigga, bro. Pretend this little nigga is Bakugo.
I would like to be a nurse.
Yes, that's good. And ROC? What would you want to be in future?
Stand up.
Yes, you.
Stand up.
This is Bakugo. This is Bakugo.
I would like to. I would like to be a terrorist.
That's Bakugo. Right there. Down to a T. I would like to be a terrorist. Bitch, this nigga, I hate that nigga. I don't care. I don't even know why. I just don't like him. I just don't like him, bro. But anyway, like I say, basically, Bakugo's like, yeah, it's nowhere near. It's nothing compared to mine. So, like, and he starts treating Izuku bad because because Izuku has like a similar thing to All Might, which Bakugo thinks that All Might has like a physical type quirk, and like he thinks All Might has like a half and half quirk, which is like a wind pressure and strength quirk. And he's like, Izuku has like a strength quirk like All Might. Like, why couldn't I have that type shit? Jealousy is an uglier thing. Like, jealousy is one of the ugliest things for sure. But anyway, so for like a whole year, Bakugo he just tries to pick on Deku like the most he can because he doesn't like Deku anymore because like Deku, he has like a bunch of power. Um, because Bakugo has seen what Deku can do with just 15% increase. With 15% increase, Deku can break tables in half with like a karate chop type. Like not like those fake boards that karate schools use, like actual like wooden tables, sturdy as hell. You can break them in half with like a karate chop, but that's like maximum 15% output type shit. But anyway, Bakugo's seen what happened, right? And he's like, hey, yo, why can't I have that? Why can't I have that? He's like, he has like super strength, and I have explosions. Explosions are cool. Like, I love my quirk, but like, he's like, I can't let him get ahead of himself and like try to take over as the strongest and stuff. So he just tries bullying Deku for a whole year, and Deku just lets it happen because he doesn't really give a fuck. He doesn't really care right now. Like right now, he's still thinking like Bakugo is his friend, right? But Izuku, he's gonna evolve to be a ignorant ass nigga, bro. Like, so he lives in like the hood, you know, like the hoods of Japan. Yeah, the slums type shit. But he's gonna move up pretty quick. Don't worry, don't worry. He's gonna move up, yeah, but that's like when he's 10, right? So he still lives there. And so, after that year of bullying is over, Bakugo just gets tired of bullying Deku and he goes on to other targets, right? So like he goes on to like um these other people with like weaker quirks than Izuku, you know. And he's like, you guys are weak, you're worthless, you shouldn't even deserve to be alive, blah blah. And there is actually one quirkless person in the school because Izuku isn't there. Like I'm just gonna say in my because all of my what ifs they belong to the Rico verse and yeah they belong to the Rico verse. And since the Rico verse gave Deku a quirk in this one, they have the need to have another quirkless kid there, right? So that obviously there's gonna be a quirkless kid there to replace Izuku. So Bakugo then sets his sights on the quirkless because he finished bullying the weak quirk kids, and he goes like, "And you're even worse than them. You're quirkless. Like you don't even have a quirk. Like you can never become a hero. Like you're worthless. You should honestly die. People like you shouldn't even be alive." And Izuku is just hearing this. He's like, "Hey, yo, shut up, my nigga." And this is like the first time the ghetto comes out of Izuku, you know, because he done seen his father like he done seen his father like turn up on some people for like being disrespectful as hell. And so he's like, yo, shut up, my nigga. Like, calm down, bro. Like, it's not even that deep, bro. Like, why you giving him like all this trouble for something he can't even control? And Bakugo's like, hey, yo, you're no different. Like, um, you you're no different. You have that weak ass quirk of yours. Like, you'll probably grow up to be a thug and stuff, just like the rest of your people. And then Izuku's like, oh, that's what it is. You're a racist. Nah, cause Izuku he don't play that shit. The racism thing he don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, that's how it is. You're a racist, huh? And Baku's like, no, I'm not a racist. It's just a known fact that your people can't be trusted. And Izuku's like, what do you mean by my people though? He's like, what do you mean by my people? What's he trying to get into, bro? He starts putting the little fist up like Trey Rags. Like, yo, what you trying to get into, bro? And Bakugo's like, it's not like you could do anything, Deku. I'll blow your face off. And he charges at Izuku, with explosions at hand, because him and Izuku's never fought in their lives. So he throws this explosion at Izuku, and he does it like really hard because he's angry that Izuku is like saying that he's racist, and Izuku's like trying to stand up for a kid, even though he thinks Izuku's weaker than him. So he blasts Izuku in the chest with the strongest explosion, not the strongest explosion, but like a very strong explosion, like right in the chest. And Izuku gets like, don't get me wrong, Izuku's like he's that nigga, but he's like he ain't tightened up yet. He's still a kid. And so that's gonna change real quick. But he gets blasted in his chest, right? And he flies back and hits. He was like on a swing, and when he got off, Bakugo hit him with that explosion in the chest immediately. And you know, fighting spirit activates immediately because Izuku he'd only activated energy out energy increase, which was his quirk on his mother's side. So that's why he could only increase 15%. But with fighting spirit and fighting efficiency, with those two activated plus energy increase, that's when the evolution through fighting starts beginning. That's when the Broly or the fifth Fang of Matsudo thing starts happening. You know what I'm saying? So bro just blasts him in the chest, and Izuku just flies back and hits he flies back, right, and he's already hurt in his chest, and then he hits his head on the post, and that's not gonna give him brain damage or anything. Don't worry. This is actually his personality. He keeps it locked up. He has like anger issues and stuff, right? And he keeps it locked up because he knows like people already have low expectations for him because of some stuff. You know, his father already had this talk with him. He's like, "Hey, yo, this country you gonna be looked down upon. You gonna there's some people that they gonna say some things and they gonna have very choice words for you, you know, and they gonna judge you because of the color of your skin." And he's looking like, why would they do that? And his dad is just like, yo, that's just the way it is. That's the way of the world. And I have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. Your children will have to deal with it too. He's like, that's why when you're older, you should truly move to like another country, right? He's like, you should move to like a country that accepts things like this more, you know, like, and you should visit the motherland one day too. And so, and keep in mind, this is all happening in school, and this is all happening inside his head. You know, that conversation with his dad, that's like flashing inside of his head. And he's like, yo, I have to keep my cool. That's what his dad told him. He said, keep your cool, cause people like us, if we get angry, firstly, if we get angry, we get really angry. You know, like we get angry, bro. Like we get infuriated. And people like us, if we get angry, we're just not allowed to, cause we don't have the same privileges as some of these people, you know, out here. So Izuku's like, yo, I know what he said, but nah, I ain't doing this today. And obviously, you know, there's a bunch of racists in his school, so the teachers and the principal, they've been looking for a way to kick him out, and this gonna be the thing that takes to kick him out. So Izuku activates fighting spirit, fighting efficiency, and energy output at once. And when he activates all three of them for the first time, they just stick. They're always active. Like his quirk doesn't turn off. You know, it's like decay. He can't turn it off. So Izuku he hits his head on the post, right, and like a good 5 seconds go by, which Bakugo thinks, I knocked that punk out, and he's like, hey yo, let's get out of here before the teachers come, you know, and then here's where in the hell do you think you're going, bro? Because he's not gonna be swearing yet, you know? He's still like 4. He's like, where the hell you think you're going? And Bakugo looks back, you know, and he sees Izuku rising up like a flipping zombie, bro. You know, when people get knocked down in like MMA and stuff, and they do the little kick up thing. Yeah, Izuku does the kick up thing, and then he's like he's bent over, right? Pause, not in that way, but like like on his stomach, you know, like his legs are facing Bakugo, but he's like it's like he's sitting, but his back, it's like he's laying down on the bed with his legs like on the ground, right? But that's just his muscle starting to come in because of the quirks he just unlocked, right? And then he just rises up all slow and stuff, and it's intimidating as hell to Bakugo in that, because they're like, how the hell did he like get up? Like Bakugo hit him with such a powerful explosion, like Bakugo the strongest in the school, like how? He's just a weakling, you know? That's what they're thinking. And Izuku's like, ooh, my quirk finally activated, because he heard from his dad that when his quirk activated, he gets like that when his dad activates his quirk, because his dad, he has the option to keep his quirk on or turn it off, which he keeps it off. Like when he's working, he keeps it off, because there's like a lot of racism in his environment that he works in, and that would get him angry, and he would have to fight a nigga like real quick, if he kept it on all the time. But Izuku, he can't turn it off. Like he's just gonna be stuck in this state for the rest of his life. So he's like, yo, where you think you going? And he just gets up, you know, he does the little intimidating stuff, and Bakugo's like, what the hell is that? He's like, is that supposed to scare me, nerd? You know, and he starts running at Izuku, which when he gets to Izuku, you know, he tries to throw an explosion at Izuku's face at this time, and he does like the most powerful explosion he can conjure up, even cracking a little bit of his wrist bone. Like I said, he does the biggest explosion he can do, even cracking his wrist a little bit, right? And then Deku just like he just like nods his head. He just like tilts his head to the side and like dodges that mess, and just boom, cracks Bakugo right in his jaw, bro. Bakugo's jaw is gone. He has like a big ass fracture from his chin all the way to his jawline. You know what I'm saying? From his chin all the way to the edge of his jaw, and that's just a big ass fracture. And Bakugo gets up. He's like, "That hurt, and it still hurts. I'm gonna kill you, you useless Deku." And he still gives Deku the nickname, right? And he goes and he does a double-handed explosion, which is the biggest one he's ever done in his life. He cracks his arm all the way up to his elbow, but because of his quirk, like putting strain on his body, he heals faster. So he's gonna be healed by the time they go to UA. But anyway, so Izuku, so he throws this big ass explosion at Izuku, right? The biggest one he's ever done, which is like one of Bakugo's like regular explosions from season one, you know. So he does this, and his bones just crack all the way up to his elbows, but he can still fight. It's just it hurts like hell. So Izuku gets thrown back, and disclaimer: this video will include child cruelty for no reason. I'm kidding. There it won't. This is the only child cruelty that will happen. This fight, and then we are over. But anyway, so he does the explosion, right, and Izuku gets blown back like a couple feet, a couple meters. Yeah, a couple meters, and he hits like the light post that was on the street. He like hits it and it bends a little bit. So that's how you know that that hit was strong. And Baku was like, he wouldn't be getting up from that, flipping nerd. But he says the damn nerd, he won't be getting up from that. I have to get to the nurse. My arms hurt. And then he hears again, and then he hears, I'll say it again. Why'd you think you going, little nigga? You know, and then Izuku just like it's like a puff of smoke around him. And, damn it! Give me a second, bro. Bro, I really gotta do this right now, bro. Let me see how much. Yeah, I confused the video. Hey, yo, guys, I have to go right now because my mom's just being annoying, and so is my uncle. They being annoying as hell, and they want me to go to the park with them. I'll be back in probably 2 hours. I don't want to go because I know we always overstay our welcome. I don't want to fucking go, man. Cause they never let me come home when I want to come home. It's always when they want to, and we stay there for 5 hours. Like, bro, I'm fasting. I don't want to fucking use my energy. Understand? Making me swear and stuff, bro. I don't want to. Damn. I'm just asking if I can not go. If I can just stay at home, bro. Yeah, decided not to go. I'm just waiting for my mom and my uncle to leave. Cause I'm not going, bro. Like, they have all that energy, man. I don't have that energy, man. I don't want to leave the house right now. Bro, do you understand how much it drains me? Especially as a fat person. Like, I'm fat as hell, bro. I'm overweight. And I'm fasting. Like, I don't eat all day. I only eat at night. And I don't even eat that much because I eat they leave some food for me, you know? And that's it. That's all I eat. And maybe a very big bottle of juice or a tall jug of tea. That's all I eat in a whole day. I don't eat it throughout the day. I eat it in the night, go to sleep, wake up, repeat. And that's every single day, bro. I don't have the energy for this. For real. They want me to be going to the park and stuff. They don't even, my mom's doesn't even have her car right now. It's being repaired and stuff. I can't be bothered to walk. I don't have energy. And I'm already a lazy person, so that's not a good combination. I'm fully trained, bro. This fasting thing, it puts a lot of stress on me as well. So yeah, I'm sorry for this rant. I just had to open up to you guys because you guys are like the homies. I treat you guys like my homies, for real. I always do. You guys are like the homies, so I just open up to you niggas. But anyway, like I said, Izuku it's like a big smoke screen there, right? And Izuku jumps out, and there's a trail of smoke behind him. He jumps out, and you can just see him soaring through the air, and he's about to land a punch on Bakugo. But then dude with the wings, they're like, hey, yo, we should join Bakugo now and just help him defeat this nerd, because obviously they're thinking he's like having a quirk malfunction or something, or like this is like yeah, they're thinking it's a quirk malfunction or something, you know, because obviously he could never be stronger than Bakugo, because Bakugo was bullying him for a long time and he just let it happen, you know, and they think that he's weak for that. So old guy with the wing swoops in, takes Bakugo, and when Izuku hits the ground, there's just like this big crater left behind, which Izuku looks at the guy, and the guy's flying, and the guy's like, "What are you gonna do? Like you can't even catch up to me because I'm flying and you can't fly, bro." And so Izuku's like, "Oh, is that so?" And he like jumps off, like, and the guy like moves out the way, and he's like, "Exactly. Even if you can jump high, you can't catch up to my speed, and I can move mid-air. You can't." And Izuku's like, "Is that so?" And he like jumps like at such blinding speed that the kid can't even see him, and he just like hits the kid right in the jaw, breaks his jaw. He breaks the kid's jaw, and the kid gets knocked out because Bakugo has a pain tolerance because of the strain on his body from his quirk. So Bakugo is dropped to the floor, and him and Izuku start fighting again. And Bakugo throws another huge explosion at Izuku, but this one doesn't blow him back. It just like makes him like skid across the floor a little bit, and you can see like this the place where he was standing. He just like slides back a little bit on the dirt, and you can see like the trail marks from his feet. But that's it. And he's like red in the chest because he's already been blasted in the chest 3 times now. And he gets angry and he's like, "You will pay." And he's just like, boom. He's like, boom, bonk, bink. You know, hit him with that 3-piece special. You know what I'm saying? That 1, 2, 3. That one. That jab, jab, uppercut, and Bakugo was just knocked out. And old dude with the long fingers tries to capture Deku by like twisting his fingers around Deku, which Deku just breaks out of it. And when he does, like one of the dude's fingers just breaks, you know, and then he goes up to the kid and he just like blasts him in the jaw, and the kid's just knocked out. Then he goes up to the quirkless kid who's been watching helplessly this whole time, like intimidated as hell by Izuku, and he thinks Izuku's gonna hit him too because Izuku's like in a enraged state. Izuku, he just goes up to the kid and he's like, "Yo, get your ass up," and he's like, "Get your ass up and get on somewhere, bro, and like um stop letting people tell you what you can and can't be, yo." He's like trust in yourself, and this kid is like he's gonna be this world's version of Izuku. So he's gonna be Izuku 2.0 in this. He's gonna be like Izuku 2.0 from the original. So he's the one that's gonna get one for all. So he gets his heroic spirit from Izuku, which then teachers come outside and they see that Izuku beat up like 3 kids, and they in the report they say that Izuku beat up 3 kids without any provocation, which they're taking the white people's side, obviously, because racism. So they take the white people's side, and little dude that he helped, he was mixed. I'm just gonna say this I'm gonna use this as an explanation as to why they didn't take little dude's statement like truthfully, right? Actually, he's not mixed. He's not mixed. He's like a normal Izuku, right? It's like give me a second. 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 Give me a 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 second. Give me 3, 2, 1. Oh, 4, etc. Yeah, he's just regular Izuku. He legitimately looks like this, right? He looks like this. Like that's what he looks like. He's like Izuku Midoriya, which he has the same name as Izuku. His name is Izuku Midoriya, right? And um, the kid's name is Izuku um, something. I don't know, Izuku something, because I'm not gonna be calling him Izuku. I'll call him. Um, Actually, the kid's name isn't Izuku. Fuck that, because that would be too confusing for me. So the kid's name is Choji, just because I like Choji from Naruto. So Choji they don't take his statement because they just want to get Izuku kicked out because they think he's like a menace and he's a bad influence on the other kids. And like he's such a violent guy. Like even though he's the nicest kid, the teacher put him down as a violent person just because they want to get him like fully kicked out. And so and so he gets he gets kicked out of the school, and his dad is angry when he gets home. He's like, "What were you thinking? Like I told you that people in this country, they don't like our people, and they don't like the type of people we are, right?" And um Izuku gets angry as well, and his dad, he can like feel that there's that Izuku's quirk is on. He's like, "Turn your damn quirk off, boy! Like you ain't gonna do nothing with that." And Izuku's like, "I can't turn it off." And his dad's like, "Yes, you can. Like I can. My father can. My granddaddy can. So you can turn it off too." And Izuku's like, "No, I can't turn it off." And he says this like loud as hell, and his dad like slaps him across the face, and he's like, "Why did you do it? Like why did you?" His dad like slaps him across the face. And some of you might think this is child abuse. This isn't child abuse, my nigga. It's tough love. It's disciplining. He's disciplining his son. Yeah. He slaps Izuku across the face. He's like, "Hey yo, why did you do it? Why would you beat up 3 kids even though I told you, like, I told you what these people think of us?" And Izuku's like, "I didn't beat them up for no reason." And his dad is like, "But that's what the report said. And they say you a violent kid. Like, every time you come home, you say you keep your cool and stuff. Like, you been lying to me, little nigga?" And this is what his dad says exactly that. His dad's like, "You been lying to me, little nigga? Like, they said you a violent kid." And Izuku's like, "That's not true. I keep my emotions at bay every single time, you know." And Izuku, he's gonna look like Huey just because I like Huey. I like Huey and Riley, but I like Huey better than Riley, just a little bit, just a li- actually nah, I like them the same. It's just I could only find this I could only find this picture of Huey looking like Izuku, and that was a picture of Riley looking like with Bakugo's suit, which I hated. I completely disgusted. I was completely disgusted at it. I wanted to throw this ball in my hand at that nigga's face. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, so Izuku looks like Huey. He's like, "That's not true. I keep my emotions at bay, always and every time, just like you tell me, you know." And he says this. Give me a second.